Hi everyone, today I'm talking about prostaglandins and how aspirin kind of contributes to inhibiting the production of those prostaglandins. So the first thing we should talk about is what actually is a prostaglandin. So prostaglandins are local hormones and they bind to the receptors of cells and then they therefore change the activity of the cell. So prostaglandins are found at areas that are sites of injuries, and then the prostaglandins start the inflammatory response. So that's fever, having heat in that area, pain, swelling, having an increase of blood flow to that area. All of those are due to the release of prostaglandins. So how kind of does this contribute to that inflammatory response? So when you have injury at a site of injury, there's going to be an enzyme, the phospholipase A2, and that's going to convert the phospholipids found within the cell membrane into arachidonic acid. So here in this little doodle, we can see these are all the membrane lipids, and then we have the fatty acids, and we have that enzyme, the phospholipase A2, that binds onto those membrane lipids, and then it converts it into arachidonic acid. So arachidonic acid is a precursor to the prostaglandins, and it's actually the substrate of two of the prostaglandin enzymes. So they have COX, and then you also have 5-LOX. And the one that we're focusing on today is the COX. And then there's two types, COX-1 and COX-2 enzymes. And both of those produce types of prostaglandins. So what aspirin does down here, aspirin, this is obviously the molecule. So aspirin inhibits the COX-1 that produces those prostaglandins. So if you inhibit this COX-1, you're not going to have any prostaglandin production. You're not going to have that inflammatory response. And that's why aspirin helps with reducing fevers, pain, inflammation, the swelling. And it does that by inhibiting that COX by blocking the active site of the phospholipase A2. So if this enzyme becomes blocked, if the active site of that enzyme becomes blocked, substrates can't bind, and then you're not going to have the expression of COX, and then COX-1 and COX-2, and the production of prostaglandins. So that is how aspirin inhibits the inflammatory response and inhibits prostaglandins.